You know, and he blames the media all the time. I love this. No, oh, well, it's not me. It's just the media, you know. They're the ones who are tilting it. Maybe you're the one who's tilting it, Mr. Bush. I mean, media can be biased, but practically every outlet, aside from Fox News, says that things are going poorly in Iraq. You know. So here's my final main point. A wise commander knows when to retreat. In any battle, in any sort of war. Sometimes, the man in charge of troops sends those troops out onto the battlefield, and they're overwhelmed. Not through any fault of their own, perhaps. Perhaps that the enemy is just in overwhelming numbers, or they have particular weaponry that we don't have, or, you know, they have better knowledge of the territory, or whatever. But sometimes you send the troops out onto the battlefield, and they start getting slaughtered. And a wise commander will look at this and say to himself, I have made a mistake. We must retreat. And so he calls the retreat. And the soldiers leave the battlefield and live to fight another day on some other battlefield where they can win. Well, we made a great mistake here. And I think we should retreat. Take the soldiers out. Get them some rest. You know, some time with their families and stuff. That they may live to fight a day on some other battlefield in the war on terror. How about Osama bin Laden, for instance? Why don't we send all the troops to go search for Osama bin Laden? That would make a lot more sense. You know? But no, we can't go catch him because we're busy with Iraq. We can't, you know, and its neighboring country, Iran, quite possibly will get weapons of mass destruction soon enough. We can't do anything about that because, once again, we're busy with Iraq. You know, and even once we leave, we'll still be, like, busy with it for a while because, you know, you have to give the troops some rest. You know, you have to rearm everything. We made a mistake. And not just Mr. Bush, but everybody else who went along with it. And I remember in 2003, I was thinking, I guess there are weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, you know. I guess there must be a good reason for this. I was kind of doubtful, but I thought, okay, you know. Well, I apologize for trusting Bush that far. A wise commander knows when to retreat. And Mr. Bush is our commander. But is he wise? I don't think so. I don't think so. And for the sake of the troops, please, sir, bring them home. You mentioned in this same thing right here, you know, that you don't want to be judging things based on the polls, you know. Like, oh, the polls are against the war, but, quote, in other words, if our troops said, well, here we are in combat, and we've got a commander-in-chief who is running a focus group, in other words, politics is more important to him than our safety and or our strategy, that would dispirit the troops, end quote, from Mr. Bush. It's a straw man argument, sir. You're acting as though the polls, popular opinion, is telling you to do something bad to the troops, but you, on your principles, are refusing to harm them. In reality, it is exactly the opposite. It is you, sir, by keeping the troops in combat, who are harming them. And it is the polls who are demanding that you bring them home where they can be safe. But you'd rather not admit that to yourself, would you, sir? I'm no psychologist, but I would guess that you just don't want to admit what a mistake you have made. And so you just go on with it, and you stay the course, and stay the course, in some vain hope that it will all work out by some magic coincidence, and all problems will just go away. in some vain hope of convincing yourself, sir, that you knew what you were doing all along. I don't think you did. I don't think we did when we went along with it. A wise commander knows when to retreat. I, for one, think retreat is our best option left. I'm sorry, but that's what I think. Thanks for watching. See you later.